trailer real quick while I make sure everything is all ready. Oops, my bad. I totally forgot the sound on that was. Oh, damn it. Never mind. Alrighty, so here we are. We are in Wildcard to play the earn game. Ooh, my bad. There we go. All right, so here we are, the wild card game. And remember, this is a play to earn game. So whenever we win in this game, we would actually get some wild card token. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to go ahead and start ourselves in a match here. We're going to go ahead and do single player for now. Right now, this game is pre-alpha. All right, so here we are in the first match of the game here, and the first thing you want to notice is this is the mana bar. You want to make sure that compares to the top left number in these cards. Right now, there's 1 mana here, so you're trying to look for 1 right there. That will go up by 1 each turn. The mana bar, not the one on the card. All right, so our point of play for Rabbit there. That is a Blitz card. Just a second, and all right, just a second. I just need to move one thing out of the way. There we go. All right. So now we have a 2-mana. This is great news because we're cat view players right here. We're gonna go ahead and play our rush card. It's like, hey, you can bring out a one attack, 1 health. Well, we can bring out a 3 attack and 1 health. All right, so this is pretty good here. We're doing pretty good. We got ourselves 17 on the opponent's crystal and 19 on ours. So we're in our turn here, but remember, most of these Nemots here do sleep on the very first turn. So we have to kind of bear that in mind as we're playing the game here. All right, so our opponent lost its rabbit there when brought out Swiss Army Goat. Now we can attack that one, but if we do, we have to be aware of a few of the consequences. That's a guardian, so that means if we actually attack it, then we will actually be giving the opponent some extra health. So instead, we're going to go ahead and play our own guardian. That's right. We could actually play a guardian right here. We'll play a fish light here because it's got a pretty decent defense right now. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to end our turn. Remember, this clock is kind of going down. We got to kind of be careful of that as well. All right. So Looks like our opponent decided to play a fish like too. It's like, stop copying us. Oh well. In the meantime, we can do some a little bit damage this turn. All right, so for starters, we're going to go ahead and use Crystal Link. This card here is by far uh, one of my favorites. But we can't really attack with it in the very first turn, but it'll come in handy next turn. And I'll show you why on that one, assuming that it survives. All right, so we're going to have to end our turn here because remember that clock is your enemy as well. Ooh, that's going to hurt a little bit, but our Burger Dog survived. But if you did notice, that Fish Light had a 3 attack, and our Burger Dog had a 4 health there. So remember, that went 4-1 there, you see, is the 4 health minus the 3 Fish Light. So that's why it is a red underneath it as well, because it's lower than its original. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and play some spinach here. And we already got our Burger Dog's attack up to 7 there. So this is how quickly something can get up there in its health. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and play a Pretzel Million as well. We're going to buff it even more. And it's like, hey, we're hitting the gym here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attack with that Burger Dog there. Now watch our own crystal health. It's right here on the left side. That is our crystal health. All right, so here we go. We can bypass this card because it's not a decoy. I'll explain that one a little bit later. But boom, check that out. We're already at 29 crystal health. Normally, these crystals' health will go down. But when you have a few cards, it can actually go up. Ooh, so that's exciting there, especially in a play-to-earn game. It's like you're going to make it difficult for your opponent to actually get your crystal health on the 0. All right, so this is decoy here. This is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. It's like something we don't want to really see when you're facing an enemy, but there's ways around it. Well, like you're lucky. You're in this stream. You're learning about it right now. I did not mean to call, but all right. So we're gonna go ahead and play our turret there. And it's going to sleep on this turn, but next turn it should be good. In the meantime, we're going to play our own decoy just to protect that turret because that turret's going to go right above that decoy there and do a little bit of damage. But actually, we don't want to, but we're going to do it. We're going to have to attack with our Burger Dog there and get rid of that decoy there and attack with that Fish Light. And that was how you win the game. It's like sorry we didn't get to show you the turret going above it, but we were running out of time there, and we didn't want to have to risk going through 2 decoys. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into another one here. All right, and by the way, hello, chat that is coming from YouTube. Nefudi area. I'm not good at pronouncing names, but I'm good at reading some the chat. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into another one here, and after this, I'll go ahead and show you just a few of the ways that you can be making some money through crypto, as well as some smart NFTs. Ooh. All right. So. By the way, this game does take place inside of Silverdale Mall. So this is why you see a little bit of the mall scene right here. All right, so right now we have a 1 mana here. Top left card, remember, you don't see any 1 mana there, so you can't really do anything. But, there's stuff coming up. Check this out. We got, we got Crystallized Nemot. That's going to be a good card. In fact, as soon as we get a chance, we're going to be using that one. In the meantime, we got our cat Fia again. It's like, meow. We're going to do some damage. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attack. We could attack that pretzel, but it's not very powerful right now. Next turn, it might be because they can power it up. But for now, we're like, hey, we're going to take that chance. It's like, well, we got 9 lives. We're going to risk 1 of them. All right, so. All right, so they did get rid of our cafe. We were willing to take that chance, though. It's like it wasn't like anyone's fault there, but we got 3 mana here. That's why it's good to have something that has 1 in our hand. I know it's not always a possibility, but it's always good to. That way you can have play one card and have something else out there at the same time. But for now, I think our best chance is let's go ahead and play a decoy, because I feel like our opponent's going to bring something out on the very next turn there. And while it's this one's sleeping, at least it's protecting while sleeping. All right, so we're going to end our turn. All right, that is right. So another card is brought out, but they're going to have to go through this card first. That's right. Number one, Frog, you did your job. You're keeping us number one in the overall game. All right, so now it is our turn. Now we got 4 mana. Now we're doing pretty good here. And it's like, you know what? We're not just gonna actually stand by and let you do nothing. We're gonna go ahead and bring out regular dog. I realize I can't attack on the very first turn, but it's gonna take at least one card in order to destroy it. A lot of times I'll take 2. All right, so he did his job. This is like more than we asked for. All right, now this is a great combo right here, by the way, folks. This is a very, very good combo. All right, while we could bring out something else, we're going to take the best out of this one. All right, we're going to use Crystallized Nemot. It's going to take away some of our mana, and it's going to take away a little bit of our health. Okay? But we're also going to increase it with Spinach, which will increase it to 12. All right, so here we go. Watch our own crystal health, okay? It's going to be more than pay for itself. And wham! Just like that, our opponent's down to 5 crystal life there. All right, so we're going to end our turn. Next turn, we're going to actually play a decoy here. We have 2 choices. We're just, take a quick gander which one would be most effective for us. It looks like a backup packer here would be our best bet. Has a little bit higher attack should it get a chance to. In the meantime, we'll also play Turite. This is a great combo too, because this card here will stop this Turite from being attacked, even though it can only be attacked by another aerial card or a range card. How much mana do you need to use the Crystallized Nemot? That would be 3 mana. Okay, that's 3 mana on this bar on the bottom right there. And it also takes away 3 of your crystal life. So be sure you have at least 4 on here. But I recommend a little bit higher because only because your opponent might have something, a spell or something that could actually attack your crystal as well. All right, so as I was saying, this is a great combo. This is a decoy, and that's an aerial card. And normally another aerial card can attack this Turite or a range card. I don't think there's a range card in my deck in our opponent's deck right now. But say this Turite they just brought out, it could attack us, but it won't. Because it's sleeping right now. That's the only reason for that one. In the meantime, we can go ahead and play. What? Let's go ahead and do it. We'll play something else to defend us. And then we're like, no, well, okay, this here's like Cappy here's a tricky choice only because we already have a couple of cards up there and weaken its defense. But it's okay. We're ahead enough right now that won't make a difference, and we might actually get our card sacrificed for mana. And you want to know how we get some orbs, do you name me? All right, so if you play this game, you will get something at the end of it. Win or lose, you will get something, okay? Most of the time, you'll probably get components, but there is a chance of getting an orb at the end of this game. So and you can also destroy your own cards and get components as well. That would be outside of this battle, of course, but then you can actually use those components and kind of forge them together, as far as I understand it. I'm positive that this thing here that there is explained in the white paper. You can go to the wildcardgame.io or in our profile page, and you'll see our web page. And on the top right, it'll say white paper, and it'll explain foraging. There is a section in there. I remember seeing that, and I believe that will take care of that. specific. Ooh, sorry, I lost track of time because I was explaining things, but you know, you're explaining things. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, most of the time you will get them from well, you can get them from battles. Okay, so I'll let you know that one right off the bat. And I'll take a quick peek of. Okay, it's kind of small on my screen, but we'll take a look at the white paper. We'll do it. All right, where did I see it at? It's in here somewhere. Just give me a second. Marketplace storage, Card Forge. In the Card Forge, players will burn their cards and Wildcard oh man, tokens, and it's kind of hard for me to read. It's kind of like okay, it's kind of hard for me to read it actually. I think it says deck. There's to create new Nemots or spells in overpowers. Okay. The rarer the card. Wait. Something than the orbs of the Nemot. I don't know. It's really tiny on my screen right here. I do recommend it. Go ahead and either go to our wild card game website. It's wildcardgame.io and check out the white paper, or just screenshot this, and you should be able to maximize that once it's a picture. So, it's like I'm not 100% on everything in this game, but I got like the battling part down more than anything. In the meantime, there are some of the rarities of these cards, and while you won't see it in this pre-alpha, there's also fire or water and earth cards as well. I'm sure like water would like have a little bit of advantage over fire and everything. All right. Ooh, by the way, there's components there too. That's what I was talking about earlier. So that's a good spot to read. It's kind of small, like I said, for me, but that'd be also a good spot to like either take a screenshot or just go to the wildcardgame.io and check out our white paper. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get back into a game. There we go. And here we go. Ooh, sorry about that. I kind of exited out my own game there on accident. But in the meantime, we will look at all of the ways that you can be making some serious crypto here. All right, so number one, you will be making money from battling. All right, so just imagine this. Okay, you paid $30 and it got your first starter deck, right? Right now it's 30 cards, but let's just imagine you bought another one way later, okay? Right now you can't get it 30 cards though. All right, so if you were to have gotten 20 cards there, you can make a complete deck. You can start making some money from those battles there. If you only got like $2 per battle, which I'm not certain of the exact amount just yet, so you can't quote me on $2 per thing, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a little bit more than that. Anywho, if you got $2, all you'd have to do is win 15 battles, and you can actually buy yourself another starter deck. And you're like, why would I want to do that? Well, here's not the second part comes in. You can rent out cards. Oh, so what you could do is you could continue to win, say $30 per day or whatever, as long as you win 15 battles, and rent out the other cards. Okay, we'll do Imagination Land again, and we'll imagine it's $2 per card rented out. Well, there you have it, folks. You got $60 in one day from one, just winning 15 battles, and two, you just rented out some 15, 30 cards. My bad, not 30 cards. Let's see here. Let's do math. we got 30 cards times $2. Oh, there you go. 60. Okay, we got 60 there. That's just from renting out cards because you bought a second deck. And plus the other cards that you or whatever. I don't like doing math, but on top of my head, it's like I don't. But all right, so here's what you do though. You keep on getting another starter deck. Okay, you like we win some battles and you rent out cards, and then you get buy another deck. Okay, and sooner or later you're gonna have 109 cards. You're wondering why you get 109 is the magic number. Okay, so you can have 109 cards in your deck. But here's what you do. You get the 109 mark, you can either sell those NFTs or do what I would do and level a lot of them up. I'll show you the level up spot in just a minute. Just a second. Okay, and then sell them. And you're like, well, why would I want to level them up more before I sell them? Well, that's when the last part comes in there, and you profit share with any merchandise actually sold. So that means you got a T-shirt, you got a hat, you got anything that Wildcard related, and you're gonna make a little bit of money just off of that alone. So it's like, hey. So you can either literally you can get your own profit sharing there, or say you think it's going to take a while, or you're going to be busy for a while. Well, go ahead and just level it up a little bit. Level up to 20, 30, even 40, and then you can say, hey, I'm going to sell this a little bit higher price simply because that I'll be able to sell it higher because I know you'll have. Because someone's going to get some profit sharing off of it real soon. Or, you can go ahead and make it 50. It's like, hey, I need the money now. Okay. But I know that you can get some money off of it right away. Or, let's do some T-shirts or something are sold. And this is great because go back with the number 2. You could have somebody else battle for you, and they can level up the cards for you. Mind you, you have to take a little bit of damage if they lose, like as far as condition rating, not. But I'll explain that one a little bit later. But and then it's like, wow, this is. It's like there are several ways to get money from this because you can sell your smart NFTs, and by the way, these are smart NFTs, not regular NFTs. So you might want to wonder what that is. Well, here's the difference between a regular NFT and a smart NFT. What? Just a second. I have to check something. Okay, there it is. There we go. We're back in the game now. All right. So, regular NFT. It is what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, boring. Because all you're gonna do is you're gonna have this continuous card there, and literally it's gonna do nothing. I mean, you can have something on it, but literally it's gonna stay the same forever and ever and ever. Well, what I'm not saying that NFT is bad, but I'd rather have something that can actually do something. Well, that's when smart NFTs come in. All right, so all the cards you see in our game right here, they can have stuff added to them. For example, that condition rating. You want a mint condition rating. Right now, this card here has a 9.0 in the top right here. That is a perfect mint condition card. That's the equivalent of having a Babe Ruth card. All right. But it's like you're wondering, well, why would I necessarily want that? Well, guess what? Later on, you're going to have a very hard time to kind of find a perfect condition card, especially from earlier seasons, such as season 1. And sure, there's ways to increase that condition rating, but someone's going to have to put a little bit of money into it. Maybe not a high amount, but at least a little bit to keep it up there. Unless you plan on winning forever. In which case, wow. I'd be interested in battling you if you could keep on winning forever. But Sacrifice mana. Okay, that card's gonna come in handy in a minute. But yeah, it is possible to get that conditioner rating up. But in the meantime, it's sort of like finding a Babe Ruth card that's in perfect condition. It's out there, but you're gonna pay a pretty high price to get it because they just don't come around very often, especially earlier on cards. All right, but in order to actually increase the condition rating, there are a few ways. Okay, now you can win them in battle, like we win this battle. There's a slight chance of getting one. Okay, I'm not saying it's a high one. It's very, very rare. But you can also get one from our marketplace. So it's like you can get one, but it's gonna cost you, and that's not like you're gonna get to level 50 really quick. So you might have to wait a while. But also your condition rating will not necessarily go down or up a lot because of one individual battle. This is like spread out throughout time. So just heads up on that. So all right. Here we go. We got our fish slide out. We got a sacrifice for mana. That could actually be a decent choice right now. I think we'll actually go ahead and try this. All right. So normally we would keep fish slide up there, but next turn we're gonna attack, and then we're gonna actually use sacrifice for mana. We're gonna bring out some stuff. That's right. We're gonna bring out some stuff. Very specific there. I know that. All right. Yeah, those NFTs boring. Regular NFTs are very, very boring. I'm not lying. It's like having one card the entire day and not being able to switch it over to anything. It's like, come on. All right. Meantime, we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice for mana. Now, what that means is we're gonna use one of our mana and go ahead and choose another Nemot on the field. We're gonna choose our fish right there. Now you'll notice that our mana bar is way more full. And you're like, well, why would I necessarily want to do that? All right, well, there's a couple of reasons you want to do that. I don't necessarily have the best card combo right now, but what it does mean is that I could get a decoy out here. Actually, be smarter to use this one. Yeah, only because higher attack and everything. All right, and we'll also bring out. Well, we could do that one. It's tricky, but a little bit of math mistake on that one, but it's cool. It's worth it. All right, so anything attacking us, we know is going to be gone now. Okay, I know it's sleeping, but yeah. Like sometimes talking and doing a strategic card games at the same time is not the best, but I knew it'd kind of survive, especially with that defense. So, all right. Meantime, wow, look at all that mana we have. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring out our burger dog here, and it's like first we're gonna go ahead and use another crystallized Nemot. We're gonna see if we can take this card down in like one turn if we can. Oh, okay, there we go. Got 15 there. There you go, folks. You saw it here first. A 15 attack. Alpaca took out the crystal, and it only had a little bit of damage on that crystal. So that's how you get something way up there in attack. It's like you can mess around occasionally, and you can get very, very lucky. I got very, very lucky, okay? Especially while doing this game. But yes, it is possible to make a major comeback in a major way. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We could stick with the same deck. I mean, we're cool. All right. Oh, and besides that cat feed there, that's massive. Yes, that is a very massive attack. But believe it or not, that is not the highest attack that I've ever actually made. 15 is like close to the highest, but not quite. That record would go to number 1 Frog. Now it wasn't. This is pre-alpha, so number 1 Frog's attack went down a little bit, but it's still possible to get it up there. Okay, it really is. All right, so we can't do anything right now, but this is another fun fact. Okay, this card is completely gone from the choose list in pre-alpha right now, but there was actually a card called the Wig Out, and you're looking into the only player that has actually gotten the crystal down to 1 by turn 2. So. And that was not by luck either. Well, a little bit of luck, but mostly skill. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play our... No, what? We're not. Well, let's see. Nope. It'd be smart too. All right, this is how the thought process of that went. It's like, hey, this buffs something else's attack, but next turn I know there'd only be 3 mana. But 2 of that mana belongs to this pretzel minion, so I'd have to have something that had a 1 in it. Unfortunately, we don't have something that has a 1 in it. So that's the type of math and strategic thinking you have to, coming into the next rounds. So sometimes it's worth waiting with the card, other times it's not. Unfortunately, that one was a not. But later on, we're going to have a little bit of advantage because we have a higher mana cost cards, which are usually a lot stronger. All right, so we could use crystallized Nemot, but we already saw that. Let's go ahead and take something that's not so strong. All right, we got clock code here. Well, it's like we'll see what we can get that clock code up to. It only has 2 attack and 3 health, so we'll see what we can get to. Sometimes this is fun. Just take the lowest attacking Nemot we have and make it as high as we can. So it won't necessarily come out in this round, obviously, but we'll go ahead and end our turn. Remember, always check the clock on this one. That reminds me, I need to change one. Ooh, not change, but switch something. Okay, there we go. All right. So we got 4 mana here. Unfortunately, clock went bye-bye. He's like, but it's cool. We're going to go ahead and what's a card we haven't seen yet? I hate to do it, but I think we're going to have to bring out a fish light. Not the card I necessarily like to use the most, but we'll show you what you can do defensive-wise, because we've seen plenty of offense with 15 attack. All right, and we'll still attack, but it's cool. We'll just attack the crystal. That's got to take advantage of it. Empty, no decoy on the side. Take advantage of it. But sometimes it is very smart to take out the Nemot, okay? Just saying. Because anything you just saw, a very weak card can become very high in 1 turn. And if it's a later round, such as like the round we're in now, you can easily power up something very quickly. All right, so like a crystallized Nemot, that's a +5 attack. So literally, if we have anything that has 2 costs, such as this cat feet here, okay, even if this ability were to kick in, it would still be pretty high. Well, we'll show it. Why not? It's like these are like arch enemies in a Discord community, so just to let you know. But we'll see which one does a little bit more damage in 1 turn. Here we go. Just like that, cat feet is stronger. But fish life people say, wait a second, that's not really fair. You gave it to him. Well, guess what? Cat feet could still attack him in the very same turn, so it evens out. All right. We'll go ahead and end our turn there, and we'll mess around a little bit since we only got 2 crystal health left. We'll see if we can do something. All right, so we'll play a decoy. We'll protect them both, and then we're like, all right, we'll attack it with Fishlight because Fishlight has a little bit higher defense there. All right, so you did notice that both of them are still alive, but our Fishlight's defense did go down. So it was 5 minus 3, 2 there. So that is what. Oh, my bad. I could have sworn it was 3. Oh, my bad. Anywho, math. Opponent's decoy minus our Fishlight's defense. All right, so that's how that worked. Oh, okay. I know why it is off. I know why my math is off. Our backup packet actually gave all of our card a little bit of a defense buff. At least I'm pretty sure it did. Oh well, I'm not worried about it. And in the meantime, we could attack with the cat feed, but we don't want to kill the cat feed right now. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm hoping that. Ooh, lost because of the timer. I knew I should have been paying attention. Oh well, that's how fast the timer goes. Does that. It's cool though. We learned something. We won't think as much. All right. So, oh, by the way, this is an actual NFT, everyone. This is my personal one, so you might see it in a game or two when this game is released. All right. And in the meantime, let's get into another one here. But yeah. That was an actual NFT. This cat feed you see on the right side, it is a static one. I talked to the person who made it, and it's like, I'd like a static one, please. At least for now, anyways. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into a game. Oops. All right, so we got 1 minute there. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and bring out our burger dog, and that's one advantage of having a low mana cost card. It does usually has a blitz ability, but it's not guaranteed, of course. And speaking of not guaranteed, there is 1.8 million of these Nemots, so there's a good chance you'll have one that is very, very unique to you. So you know you got that to look forward to. All right, so this is a great time to take advantage of Cat Fee, another Blitz card. So there you have it. So if you have a Cat Fee, you might be able to really rent it out real quick, or you might be able to sell it and get a high premium cost money back. You know, just from selling it right there. Simply because Blitz cards. Wow, they can be like a very powerful thing early on in game. Now, later on, maybe not as much, but they're still up there. Because there are some very, very good. We don't sell caffeine. No, we don't sell caffeine, but you can rent it out. And you can have somebody else actually level it up for you. But if you did sell caffeine, you'd probably go for a very high price. Just saying. All right. All right. We'll go ahead and attack that crystal again. But next turn, we're going to see how many blitz cards we can get out there if we can. Okay, we don't have very many. Okay, we don't have very many in our deck, but well, we do have a few. All right. Ooh, it looks like our opponent's just leaving their door wide open. It's like it's just inviting us to attack at this point. It's cool. So we're going to take full advantage of that. Theoretically, I could have brought out Baka Pekka and actually did a little bit more damage, but sometimes it's fun to have a Blitz card because it means you can attack right away and no consequences. Especially when there's nothing actually on their opponent's side of the field. All right, so we're in our turn there. Remember, that clock is our mortal enemy, more than the actual opponent sometimes. Not always, but that clock is strictly on your side, so it's not for both of you. All right, so we got a crystallized Nemot. Well, everyone loves seeing powered up Caffey, so for starters, let's do that. All right, and this is an interesting little card here. This card has the replaceability, so this is another one. If you were to click on yourself there, you can get yourself the exact copy. So that's great for when you need low level cards in your hand here. Kind of, so that's a little bit of a thing there. And all of a sudden, we just won the game. All right, so there we have it. Another game, just one. And let's see if we can, but we'll prove that our deck is not stacked. We'll just switch our decks here. It's like we're not the old time casino here. We're definitely legitimate. We're going to actually switch decks with our opponent here. And remember, if you ever have any questions about the wildcard game, please ask them in our Discord. Remember, that is at our Discord. Now, if you're on Twitch right now, then that means you can go straight to our profile page, and it is right there. I know for sure it's in the About section, but I believe it's in another section as well. Or go to our wildcardgame.io website, and you'll see the Twitch symbol at the very top left. All right, so here we have a game here. It's like we don't have anything that costs 1, but you obviously know we're bringing out Catfeed in its turn, especially with being the one of two mana cost cards here. But we can't use the spinach just yet. Theoretically, I could have waited, but and used that as a combo, the Catfeed and the spinach, but this is one of those times where nothing on your opponent's side of the field means free reign. That's right. We're going to go ahead and tap that crystal whenever we have a chance, especially we don't have to worry about any other Nemot. All right, so next turn, our opponent could power up a Catfeed. So that's what we're going to do. For starters, we're going to go ahead and power up our Catfeed. And let's see here. We got a crystallized Nemot. All right, so this is what our opponent could do. So sometimes actually attacking your opponent can be a very smart thing, even though you can attack the crystal. So right now, our opponent could do the exact same thing. In fact, they could probably do that and actually use an add spinach and then make it even higher than ours. Now, I don't think our opponent will, but theoretically they could. So you have to be aware of stuff like that when you're actually attacking the crystal instead of the other Nemot. Because just one other card added to another Nemot can make it very, very powerful, very, very fast. And just like that, a card can be destroyed. It's like, yeah, some of these cards can get a pretty high attack, but if they don't have a good defense, then there's a good chance they'll actually be taken out fairly quickly. That's why one of my favorite cards is Burger Dog right here. Specifically, Crystal Link Burger Dog, because with a 4 defense, it's got a decent chance of taking 2 hits. I'm not saying it's guaranteed or anything, but there's a decent chance, especially if it's early on in the game. But you also know that our opponent would go after it. But if you could get another decoy in there with it, such as this number 1 frog right here, or any other decoy for that matter, then what you want to do is increase your Burger Dog's attack. Ooh, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I did. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, our opponent brought out a decoy there. But it's cool. It was like, we'll play it off. Anything that attacks us is going to have to pay a little bit of a price on it. Ooh, even better. This is how a smart play is made. You make a misclick, and you don't want your own Nemot to die. Well, then you could just do nothing. So this could be like a 50-50 chance here. If we attack, we'll still live, but if we don't attack, then that means that one, our opponent would have to attack that number 1 frog first, and then we could attack the crystal. We're gonna take a chance that our opponent will not attack this river dog with 3. Oh, and we lucked out. We didn't. All right, that's good. All right, so we're gonna play another decoy, just to get that off of our chest there, and theoretically, I could play another spinach there, but we're gonna buff our attack. Oh my god, not buff our attack, but get ourselves another card here. I could have sworn that. Ooh, just a second. Huh. All right, there's a. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna have to attack. All right, so right now we're in pre-alpha, and there's a slight thing going on where our opponent necessarily doesn't lose time on the game. So that's why we're losing, because of the timer too. But, well, not necessarily, but it doesn't help. So we have to be very, very careful on what we do next. Ooh, come on, card. Ooh, my bad. My bad. Didn't mean to do that. Misclicked. It's cool. All right, so we're probably not going to win, but it did learn a little bit. It did learn a little bit, and this is why you actually got to think on your feet sometimes. All right, we'll play another match, though. It's like we're not going to let one match get us down. And I'm also going to fix my contact lens real quick, so just give me 1 second for that. All right, there we go. That kind of helps me out. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and get into another match here. And remember, you can always win different ways here. Oh, while we're waiting for that game to get started. Remember, you can always screenshot this and look at it later. Show your friends, In the meantime, here we go. The match has just begun. And we have 1 mana. And there's no mana, no Nemot on the field, so we can't use this sacrifice for mana just yet. But we will end the turn, and it's like we can bring out a Swiss Army Goat. And remember, this is a Guardian, so we kind of want something to attack that one. That way our own crystal health goes up. But it's not guaranteed right now, so. All right, and looks like we're going to go ahead and play our Burger Dog with a Blitz ability. That's a great combo right there. Especially in the next turn, if we actually increase the attack of either the Swiss Army Goat or of the Burger Dog there. There we go. Opponent played Clock Goat there. All right, and then did you just notice our crystal health did go up by 2 there? So that's how that would work. Okay, just I'm not just saying things. All right, so we got our Crystal Link here. I love using Crystal Link, but we got to make sure that we can actually get it out there properly. Ooh, this is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. All right, we're going to have a very, 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 very interesting game coming up. All right, so number 1, we're going to go ahead and use Sacrifice for mana. Now, I know that our Burger Dog here will not actually get the attack on this turn, but if we get it high enough, there's a chance that our opponent would not actually attack it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and use Crystallized Nemot, and we have a 9 there. So If we survive this turn, we're going to do some serious damage. And even if we don't, we have another burger dog here that should be able to get some damage as well, as long as there's not a decoy. Ooh, okay, so Booger Dog did his job. He got rid of 2 Nemots. Our opponent was not thinking straight. But check this out. We're going to go ahead and bring out our other Booger Dog here. This time here, we will have something to defend it. And they're both sleeping right now, so I know it's hard to see the Z's on the back of Packer there. But we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Next turn, we're going to increase our Burger Dog's attack there. And yes, there are some cards that actually increase our mana without costing you anything there. So you can have something high attack earlier on, but remember, there's like it's only so much chance, because even if you have 20 cards, that's like a 1 in 20 chance right there if you only have one of those. And in the meantime, we just won the game, so that we got ourselves some wildcard token. So I hope you all had a fun Friday game. And remember, check out our Discord. If you have questions, you can ask them on our Discord. It usually shows me live there, or online there at all times. If I don't get to the questions immediately, I usually answer within 24 hours. Usually a couple hours, but depending on where you live, 24 hours. In the meantime, I hope you have a wild, wild Friday.